It just started raining for about 20 seconds, a downpour, and then it stopped. I think it's on its way here at Northfield. It was supposed to rain this morning. We get locked out. It did not. The only unlucky part about today is Blue Ventura. He had put a little nick on his ankle at some point yesterday, maybe playing in the stall. Not a big deal. It didn't need any medical intervention or anything, but there is some surface infection. And we jogged him. He was good, but maybe not 100%. So put some ice on it, put him on the ice boot today for a bit. And there's at least a decent chance he won't race tonight. If he doesn't, he'll be back in a week. As I said to Jason, he's been racing pretty regularly. I don't think if he missed tonight, it would be the end of the world. I hate giving up good positions, but at the same time, you can't ask a horse to go out and race at 100% when he isn't. So very close to it, but not quite there. We'll see how he is this afternoon. It's, as I said, not the end of the world. Where did he draw? I was just looking at it a minute ago. Yeah, do the 2 posts at 3-1. So not the race you want to give up, but at the same time, you can't expect him to put out 100% when he's simply not 100%. So that's what we're watching today. There's going to be a lot of people see that Emerald Tom is not in to qualify tomorrow. The simple reason being, and I didn't realize it, in my head, we were entering horses at the Meadows and we were entering them to the race. And if they get into race, disregard the qualifiers, scratch them. And if they didn't get into race, then we just qualify them. Problem being, Emerald Tom was entered at Scioto for Thursday and entered back into qualify. And then Tim called and said, well, we got a little problem. Technically, I can't enter the horse, is Tim. Tim can't enter the horse to qualify on Tuesday at the same time that Jason McGinnis is entering the horse to race at Scioto. So we had to pick one or the other. We opted for the racing side of it, thinking that it should fill. So Emerald Tom will not be in to qualify tomorrow, but he will and is entered into race for Thursday. Thursday I won't be there. Emerald Tom's a pretty easy horse to race, I think. Emerald Tom and Aunt Lily are entered in overnights at Scioto. I'll be likely staying at the Meadows for Thursday. That is so weird. It was like a torrential downpour. It looked like it was the start of something big, and then it disappeared. It literally like 20-30 seconds. It was weird. I talked about yesterday. I thought we had a great day Sunday night. A little disappointed with greatest ending. We'll have that AST back for you tomorrow. I drew one on Nassau too, just to make sure that he was okay. But highest honors, raced great. I don't know. I watch the replay again. I don't really know about their charting. I don't really think he was only 5.5 back at the half, but maybe I was wrong. Either way, the horse raced good. 57 last half and 57, I think. Last quarter in 29 seconds for a horse that really is more of a leave, sit, follow up close, and then attack, not race from last and pass a bunch of horses. In fact, that's never really been the way we've ever trained him for the most part. So I thought the horse showed a lot of poise to do his work well last night, and then Neptune raced out of his skin to win last evening. So really pleased with what I saw from both those horses tonight. JK Victory, he's a tweener, right? I don't really know the best way to go with him right now. And if he's going to go on the track at 15-1, then it isn't Ontario. So we're looking at all our options right now, anywhere from stay the course and look for him to drop down in class at Mohawk, to race him at Grand River, to give him a few weeks off, bring him back, and focus on the early part of the fall and late summer at, say, the Meadows. And also a track like Running Aces is in the mix, but again, I'm so leery just to move a horse, to move him without a direct look and say, he will do there. I don't get that feeling right now. So it puts us in a tough spot with him. But listen, we'll see how he races first off tonight. Where did he draw? He drew the 5 hole. So he's in the middle of the gate. We'll see how he races tonight. And then Riding the Rodeo, I'm interested to see how she does tonight. 5-2. 2-year-old filly, non-winners in one race. Interested to see how Riding the Rodeo does. Tomorrow, though, will be a little more interesting, right? We have all the qualifiers at the Meadows, which will be interesting in its own right. Degas will make her start. I'm a little perplexed as the 6-1 morning line from post 6. This filly, I don't know who she's in with. Now, I can't say because I don't know who else is in the non-winners in one trot. But I will say this. She's better than just your run-of-the-mill non-winners of one filly. That 58 was the start of something, not the culmination of something. And I believe this filly has, well, like I said, I don't know who's in there, but man, oh man, she certainly looked pretty good to me the other day in the Sire Stake race. Then you have Gaslight Hall. He's got a salty crew in Mohawk, but still interested to see how he races. Chicago Wall is a softer crew with Georgian Downs, Resolve Indeed, Lifting Legend, and Delicious Stone DK. A good start to the week from what I can see. Now, Travel Blog. I haven't looked up Travel Blog here. Where's our thing? Where's our... I don't see the stable thing on here. The stable, okay. Stable. Oh, that's why. Because I don't have my internet on. I was just curious how many shares were left in Travel Blog. I saw a few sell right away this morning. They will sell out. They will sell out pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about what she'll do. Doing too many things at once. So Travel Blog will sell out this morning. I'm sure of that. We'll start probably, if she sells out right away, which I assume she will today at some point, we will move forward and then list the next one. I haven't given much thought to who the next one is. We do have 8 babies that are on the block. Hopefully 7 with shares available after today. We'll move forward with them. I love the fact that we have, and thanks so much to Dr. Haley Moore, got the pictures and the videos there for everybody. Now we don't have one of Muscle Chrome, because that was at Midland Acres, not in Kentucky. So that one a little more tricky. We'll wait maybe till the end for the Muscle Chrome Tomboy Strong's brother by Centurion ATM. But very happy with the way things look so far there. We had the sale today, and then we are floating the idea of buying 2 or 3 horses from the East Coast. I'm looking into that. We do have horses on gate that we're looking at. So very busy day for me. A lot of things rattling around in my head, just trying to get my bearings straight, so to speak, as we move into the start of, I guess, I would think this would be the most exciting week of the year, right? We have the Next Generation on Saturday. We have all the stake races starting up in Pennsylvania on Wednesday. We have a number of horses prepping for their additional stake races. You're going to see, although you won't see Jailbird Jog this week, you will see Degas. A quick update on Zena Kemp. Eric has told me she is 100% today. Best case scenario. I thought he'd say 90, 95, 100%. And Eric's a sharp old guy. He's not going to sugarcoat it. If she's not 100, he's not going to say she's 100 just to make me feel good. He said she's 100%. Qualifier, I said, no, I just don't want to see a mile in 2.4, right? I'd like to see her go a mile in 59. She needs a stiff mile this week. So he said, well, maybe we'll either school or train her then, because I'm not confident that you're going to see that kind of a mile in a qualifier. And I think he's 100% correct. So what you might hear from me is she went a stiff training mile. He knows what I wanted of her, a mile in 58, 59, a real good tightener as we head into next week. And that leads to some great conversations I had with Megan and Scott and a number of people this week, just about how the babies are prepping and how we prep them. And it's always interesting to me, we talk about James. He just takes them all back and lets them, sprint up the last 100 yards, and sometimes that can be a little bit annoying. And then their first race, whether it's a stake or not, he's really easy on them. And for me, when there's money on the line, there's money on the line, and I don't take anything for granted. And I think that's the difference, right? I see that with Burke's horses, but then Scotty says yes with Burke's and a couple other ones, but then I'll go with other people's horses and they'll say it'll take them 3 starts into the year, stakes or otherwise, to get really up into 100%. And the premise of that is that at the end of the year, they are raging. They are the best they can be, which is good. There's 2 ways of looking at that. My thought is those 3 races were wasted for money, right? Because you're gambling at your horse is going to be one of the best in the country in the Breeders' Crown Day. I'll take race by race until we are certain this horse is geared towards it. Like a person like Jailbird Jog and Perfect Thought. Some very deep discussions over the last week about how we were going to race them, where we were going to race them. We didn't know if we'd go to Oak Grove. We didn't know what we were going to do with Jailbird Jog. But I was not wasting the $40,000 purse when she was down there. Now, I was lucky enough that we just overmatched everybody else, and that doesn't happen very often. But it did the other day, and it likely, potentially could again next week. But a horse like Degas, we could have just said, we're not going to Oak Grove. We're gonna go to Lexington. We're just gonna chill out for the first part of the summer. I don't. And I told Scotty sees both sides of it. He said, I'll drive for trainers that will look me right in the eye. Very good trainers. And just say, hey, we have people here watching this horse today, or, there's a large group of people that own this horse. She or he's been training well, not bottom them out, but show them off a little bit. And that's the politics of racing also. So there's a lot that goes on. It's very simple, whether I have all of you behind me or with me, or whether it's just me. I always treat everybody's money, and I always try to formulate a plan the way that I would if they were all mine. At least that way I feel comfortable at the end of the day, and the idea that we're going to race our horses into shape just does not appeal to me. And maybe that's, I guess I should preface that with all things being equal. If you have a horse, Leland Hanover, you've heard me talk about go easy. We've qualified him twice. We're going to race him easy. That maiden next week is going to be tough. That's a prep for the All-Stars that'll be coming into town. That's a prep for the Sire Stakes that are going to be there. That's not going to be an easy maiden race. You have to know that going in, and again, with the premise of go easy. Whereas the Jailbird Jog and Perfect Thought, they're ready to go now. Perfect Thought, the only reason we haven't raced her is because of the conversation that Megan and I and Scotty had. We have 10 to 13 starts. I don't think kindergarten and then 3 stake races or 4 stake races right in a row is going to be helpful for her. That's 4 or 5 weeks of heavy lifting right in a row for a 2-year-old to start her life. I don't think that's the best plan. We qualified her maybe even a little harder than I'd like to. Gave her the time, trained her on Saturday. Megan is either going to qualify her Wednesday or Friday rather than race her. Now, we're going to put her in the maiden at the Meadowlands, but both her and Scotty are not confident that's going to fill. So that'll either be a qualifier at the Poconos or a qualifier at the Meadowlands, and then off to the races, literally, with the filly. So I guess it's not accurate that I'm always just go, and I want our horses ready to rock. There are certain cases where we do deviate. But all things being equal, when our horses show up in a program and there's money on the top of that program, I want them to win. And I think that's just me being me, I guess. I don't know. And I'd said to Scotty, a lot of the guys that I look up to that I think are just incredibly gifted horsemen, for the most part, are older people. So maybe they felt the way I did when they were 48. I still feel like I'm a young kid. I'm not 48. Anyway, that's a little discussion for this morning. I don't have the internet on currently, I don't believe. Actually, I think I did turn it on. So I'm going to see right now if... did I not turn it on through this thingy? Maybe I didn't. Did I? No, I did not. Well, it's on now. So that's the talk for this morning. The rain looks like it's blowing in tonight. We may not be able to race. May not be able to race our boy Blue Ventura, but it's less than nothing. It's just timing. If we had caught it, if he had done it Saturday, and we were on top of it right away and cleaned it out, there'd be no problem. But the fact that he obviously did it in the stall either overnight Saturday into Sunday or Sunday itself, and we only saw it on Sunday evening and we began icing it and taking care of it, well, it's just not enough time, right? We did not have enough time to get it cleaned up and in proper working order. So he'll likely miss tonight, but we'll be right back in to go next weekend. And the fact that he's missed a lot of time, I guess what I'm getting at is I'm not overly concerned about it, right? And I don't think you should be also. It's a long summer. He's raced a lot of times already this year, and a little break here or there will not hurt him at all. Finally, I get to see the travel blog stuff. Travel blog is 9 shares left of the 20 some that we listed. I suspect they'll all be gone by today, and then we'll move on. Who do we put up next? Who's next on the block? I don't know. I'll figure that out today. So now you're updated. We will have some more updates throughout the week, so stay tuned. We are bidding on some horses. We are looking at buying some horses. We are selling some horses. So there's going to be a lot of fluidity in the stable this week, both acquiring and selling, racing, training, just a lot. This is a very, very busy week, and it's turned out to be a fairly busy morning. No other issues to talk about as of yet. I'll have the ASTs back to you for Nassau and for Greatest Ending tomorrow morning. I can almost assure you Greatest Endings is high enough that he needed to be scratched last night. Hopefully low enough that we can get him under control for next week, but we'll see. And Nassau's just looking. There's no indications from anything else he does. I watched him empty out today. His urine was clear. It wasn't dark. He ate all his supper. He has no temperature. He jogged good. There was no indications that there was anything wrong. So maybe that was just me, being worried. But I'm sure he'll be fine. So there you have it. I believe I've covered everything for today. Diosa Della Danza has a race next week. There's a $40,000 2-year-old next generation preferred 2-year-old filly pace that is being put on, open pace that is being put on. So obviously, at least what they can do is put on a pretty good race for the fillies. The other 3 horses will train on Wednesday. I expect they'll all be good. So a lot of work, a lot of training, a lot of jogging, a lot of racing going on over the next 7 days. Now you're updated. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you all very soon.